My name is Sean Thomas, and I'm the author of Be More Today, a 40-day guide to a better version of you. As doctor of physical therapy, I've seen thousands of people do great things. They came to me with ailments, physical ailments, pain, issues, and they got through them, all because they decided in their mind they were going to do it. And I guarantee you, if you just trust the process and be persistent, you too can be the best version of you. Have you ever been out and about with nowhere to stash your keys and ID so you can be hands-free? Whether you're running errands, traveling, or hitting the trail, Spy Belt is a belt that goes where you go. Made with stretchable fabric and a low-profile design, Spy Belt is your perfect companion to keep your essentials secure without bouncing or chafing. Choose from several prints and colors in the original, a wider band in the Pro versions, or the newest Spy Belt, Whiteout, an all-white belt that is perfect for summer. Visit www.spybelt.com to get your Spy Belt today. Run smart, run free, run with Spy Belt. Don't let aches and pains hold you back from living your life. At Jack Physical Therapy, our experienced clinicians create a personalized treatment plan that fit each and every patient's needs uniquely. Whether it's recovering from an injury or enhancing your performance, we've got you covered. With over 150 locations throughout New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, there is sure to be a JAG Physical Therapy location near you. Visit jagpt.com and book an appointment today to get back the life you love. That's jagpt.com, jagpt.com.
Welcome to the Be More Today show. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our show today. Now, let's hear it from our host, Dr. Sean Thomas.
What's going on, folks? Your boy again, Dr. Sean Thomas, back in the building with the Be More Today show. We are back in the building, folks, and we are closing out this year in style. 2024 is quickly coming to a close, and it's been amazing seeing so many people on this show in our fifth season, but our 10th year celebrating Be More Today. It's really been my honor and privilege being the one to usher you into every single year, trying to be more today every single time. For those who don't know, Be More Today is a movement. We've been doing this thing for a long time now. My website, BeMoreToday.com, has all you need for our more merch. My first book, which is now celebrating its 5th year anniversary. My second book, Project More, which is now available for pre-sales as of this week. So if you want to get your copy of my book, go to our website, BeMoreToday.com, and click for the pre-sale page for Project More. You will not be disappointed. It's a lot of work that I put into this book, and I'm looking forward for those who want to go to the next level in their fitness, in their hydration, in their wellness, in their health. Check out that book, and I'm looking forward to that. And of course, our Steps to Greatness Challenge is going on right now. If you want to sign up for that, it starts January 1st. The sign up is open right now until the first week of January. So go on the website, BeMoreToday.com, and be a part of the challenge. Again, 10,000 steps for 40 days starting on January 1st. And for all the things, go on our Facebook page, BeMoreToday.com, or Be More Today show, Be More Today PT, and your boy right here, Dr. Sean Thomas. Our show available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as always. Now heard in 86 countries, over 68,000 downloads. Folks, I really got to say just thank you. I got the little thing from Spotify today talking about all the people who watched it, and we're highlighted in people's top 10s and top 5 shows. So I really appreciate it. It really warms my heart to know that people are just trying to be more in their everyday lives, and that includes you listening. So please like, subscribe to the show. We really appreciate it. And our quote for today is simple as always by Letitia Ray. She says, "Love is like water. You can fall in it, you can drown in it, and you can't live without it." And it's true. You know, in my book, I talk a lot about water and the benefits of it in terms of doing so many things. And it's beautiful how water can be so strong, but it can also be so sensitive, right? It can hydrate us, make us feel great when we get down, when we get tired. It can also do so many things to make sure we're clean. But it can do so many things in terms of its movement, right? From pushing us around in waves and waterfalls and carrying us around the world in terms of boats and ships. It's amazing how powerful water can be. And as someone who's been training for various marathons in the last couple of years, having done London this year, and looking forward to Tokyo for March, which I'm in the midst of training for right now, which is brutal with the cold. It's just insane with the cold. I am very, very grateful for hydration. I'm very, very grateful for making sure that I have enough to get through my long runs, my 16-mile runs, my 10-mile runs, always hydrating with something, whether it's actual water itself or some kind of substitute for that. And I thought to myself, well, who could I bring on the show as we talk about ending 24, right? We talk about being more in 24 and trying to be, as we're going into 25, more alive in 25. Hydration is key. Whether you are running or just trying to get through life, hydration is crucial. And I want to bring somebody on the show who uh, talks about and knows a little about hydration. I was lucky enough and blessed enough to meet a community icon on various races. Now, for those who've done the last 10, which is NYC's last 10 of the New York City Marathon, there are a number of people who are out there always kind of doing things. And one person was out there helping out as he does every single time. And his name is Chad, the hydration guy. Now, folks, I'm going to keep it short and simple. Chad offers hydration for free at a station on very popular running routes in NYC throughout the summer, all leading up to the NYC Marathon. From cold water and Gatorade to sunscreen, Vaseline, first aid kits, he does so many things to make sure people have what they need to get through those training runs and to the races for the city. And as a result, he has had a number of donations given to him from organizations and others in the last couple of years, even from generous runners, equaling over $8,000. So I want to bring on the show this guy who is amazing. He's an icon for many. And if you have ever been on Last 10 or any of the NYC races, you may have seen this guy and had no idea. As you took water from him, something viable from him to get through your race, he was the one who got you through. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pets included, please welcome to the stage my guy and the hydration guy himself, Chad, the hydration guy. Chad, what is going on?
Hey, Sean. Awesome. Wow. That's an introduction. All right. Um, Thanks so much for having me on today. It's great to be here, and I don't know if anything I can say can even top that introduction.
No, you have much to say. I'm so happy to have you on
Yes.
the show today.
Yeah, no, it's great to be here. Hello to all your listeners. Anybody who I have encountered before, anybody who's, seeing me for the first time. Hi, I'm Chad, otherwise known as the hydration guy, which is how most people know me. Most people don't even know my first name, and I'm okay with that. So yeah, as Sean was saying, I offer a free hydration station on various popular running routes around New York City throughout the summer. So I typically start at the end of June, beginning of July, like right around when that 16-week training plan for the NYC Marathon begins.
Mm-hmm.
And every week that I'm out there, every weekend, I try to do as many Saturdays as I can. It's all kind of, my personal schedule permitting. So sometimes I'm out on a Sunday. Sometimes I'm on vacation, so I may not be out one weekend. But when I am out, I always have ice cold water. That's definitely the key is that it's always going to be ice cold, as well as ice cold Gatorade. And then, as Sean said, I always have some other goodies around the table: sunscreen, Vaseline, first aid kit. I have stickers. Sometimes I'll have bonus electrolytes. If I get like any donations of electrolytes like Element or Liquid IV stuff like that, I'll put that out on the table as well. And yeah, it's free. That is the best part. You just come on by, grab what you need, and then I always take totally optional, no pressure donations. If you want to give me $1, if you want to give me $5, whatever it is, all donations that I get majority of donations that I get go to a charitable organization that I choose of the week. I usually keep about $20 a week myself just for supplies, but outside of that, it really all goes towards a charitable organization of the week.
Hmm.
For the most part, most of the charitable organizations are like fitness related, like outdoor related, for the most part. There are some exceptions throughout the year.
Chad, incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, Come on, folks. Who does this? Let's questions for you, sir.
Yeah.
When did you start doing this?
Sure. So I started in June of 2023. So I just finished my second season, I suppose you could say, of this. And yeah, I mean, when I first started it, I didn't really have the expectations going into it. I didn't have big expectations or anything. Like it was something that I wanted to do because I'm a runner myself. I've done one marathon. I'm more of a half marathoner. I've done, I don't know, close to 30 half marathons. But being a runner myself, like I definitely know and understand,
Hmm.
especially training in the summer, how difficult it is to, depending on where you're running, to find hydration sources.
Hmm.
Like you can never really depend on the drinking fountains that the city provides. Like,
Right.
maybe they work maybe most of the time, but it's great to like know that you have a source of hydration because for all the planning that you might do,
Hmm.
uh, you know, how often are you running out of water for, whatever you're carrying in your hand?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I just wanted to make my own thing where I'm like, you know what? Why don't I give back to the community, give back to the running community that has been a big part of my life for the better part of a decade, and do this. And hey, maybe what I'll do is I'll take some optional donations, keep a little for my supplies, and give the rest to an some sort of charitable organization. So
Yeah.
that was sort of how the idea came about.
That's dope. So, I resonate with you because clearly I'm a runner too, and I love running, giving back to the community any way that I can. I do a number of free workouts for the community, and we have a lot of runners who come to those things. So that's my way of giving back. But for you, really taking every single weekend or every weekend, Saturdays, whatever, to do these races and not to run, right? You're choosing not to run on those days, but to actually give back on those days. What inspires you to do that? Because a number of people can say, you know what, yeah, I want to get back, and they'll do it once, like for
Yeah,
MYR, right? For the road runners, you volunteer once for the year, right? People do
right,
that thing one time
right,
and they check it off the box and they're good and they go on
right,
doing whatever they want to do. But you're doing this week after week, weekend after weekend. It's a consistent thing. People are now looking for you,
yeah.
expecting you to be there. What drives you to do that?
Yes, that is true. They are. Sometimes they'll be like, "Oh man, I missed you that week," or "Oh, I didn't run that route that week, so I missed you." So yeah, I totally feel that. Um, I started. So I was running a hydration station in 2022,
Mm.
for a local marathon training group, and that was just like, it was just hydration like for that group. And but I got so much joy out of doing that. Like it was just like so much fun to be like the oasis for all these runners who are working so hard, and like, need a break. And oh gosh, I need some cold Gatorade. I need some cold water. And like, just it's admittedly a little self-serving because because you're just like, everybody's so happy to see you, so it makes you so happy.
Mm.
And like that's just like, it's like a kind of great feeling to help, and to know that you're helping others. Like that's like the biggest thing, for me. And that was something that like my mom always instilled in me, was just like, doing what you can to help others, volunteering wherever feels right for you, to give back to the community that gives you so much. So that was kind of where it came from. And then like I just, 2023 came around, and I was like, well, I wasn't doing that for the marathon training group anymore. So I was just like, why don't I just do my own thing? And I do this for all runners.
Mm.
And that was where I started. So my first time out was in, I think it was like mid-June of 2023. I just, for anyone who's runs in the Brooklyn area, the Kent Avenue Navy Yard
Hmm.
by the shipping containers. I
Hmm.
live pretty close to that, and I know that's a hydration desert. Like
It
there's no
is.
drinking fountains. It
Yeah.
is exposed to the sun.
Yeah.
It is, I do not like, I don't like running down that stretch because of that. So I set up a hydration station there, and man, it just sort of took off. And
Mhm.
I was, to me, I think one of the biggest surprises is that like there's not like I expected people to be more suspicious, because it's like,
Right.
what are you doing? What are you trying to sell me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and there's, occasionally that, especially when somebody sees my QR code for my Venmo, they're like, "Oh, how much is this?"
Hmm.
It's like
Hmm.
nothing. It's free. So, that was why, like, finally this year, like, I always put up like free hydration signs, but finally at the end of this year, I have a big sign that says free hydration.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully that helps for next year.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, that's the New York way, right? You see
Right.
things and people are always trying to give you something,
Right.
but there's something coming next to
Right.
that, like a bill or an invoice, something that's going
Exactly.
on. So
Exactly.
yeah, so to have something that literally has no strings attached, just
Yeah.
yes, take
Yeah.
it, keep moving. It shocks people. I do it for my class too. My class I do on Mondays and Wednesdays is a fitness class. So I do it for patients who are done with therapy and they're not ready to go to a gym,
Yeah.
but they want to keep moving. And they've been coming to my job, my office for, 6 weeks, 8 weeks at a time. They feel comfortable there, right? They know the space already. So we opened it up for them to at least have some kind of a space to keep
Hmm.
moving, to keep their exercises going, to still be inspired, motivated by moving with others. And every time I say, hey, the class is free, like, what do you mean? The class is free for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, how do I sign up? And do I have to pay with my car? I don't believe you. I'm like, no, the class is totally free. Just come.
Yep.
And they're always just so shocked about it because, like you said, no one gives anything that's really worth anything
Hmm.
for free.
Right.
So the
Right.
fact that you're doing this, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I saw you at the last 10 this year. I ran, I
Yeah.
saw your sign right
Yeah.
right there in Harlem.
Yeah.
I saw everyone merging over to you
Yeah.
because I guess those who knew you already were there. And
Yeah.
I always carry, especially for those long runs, my own hydration on me.
Yeah.
So I was already prepared, so I didn't actually stop.
Yeah.
The masses I saw who
Oh,
were merging over to your area,
yeah.
and either taking, consuming, or just kind of just going by and saying hi to you,
Hmm.
was really heartwarming because it made me know, say, who is this guy who out here helping the community? And I saw your QR code, and I didn't think anything about it because I
Yeah.
know that people just do things because out of the kinds of their own hearts.
Yeah.
But the fact that you've grown so much,
Yeah.
that people are actually looking for you and expecting you to be there, that's a great sign that you're doing a great thing.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I'm glad you brought up the last 10 this year because like I'm a numbers guy. So like I like, comparing, well, and now that this is my second year doing the last 10,
Yeah.
I had some numbers to compare my growth over the year. And in 2023, my first year doing the last 10, I estimated that I served a little, maybe over 700 runners or so. And I estimate that by how many cups I went through,
Hmm.
really.
Hmm.
And probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 40 gallons of water and Gatorade combined. Um, and raised about $600 that day, which went to Girls on the Run NYC, a
Oh,
great organization, one of my
yes, they
favorite
are.
organizations.
Yep.
Yes, I'm actually side plug. um, I've started doing the course hydration station for their spring and fall 5Ks.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm always looking for help there, and Girls on the Run is always looking for volunteer help for their 5Ks. So just a plug for them. Great organization to volunteer with. Anyways, I sidetracked myself. And then so compare that to 2024. So this year for the last 10, um, it essentially doubled. Like
Mm.
I served over 1,400
Wow.
runners. Yeah. I raised over $1,100. For this year was for an organization called Pillar. It's a new nonprofit organization that my wife actually recently started. So raised money for Pillar, which is an organization that provides peer support for people who have been affected by suicide.
Mm.
So awesome to do that. And then served over 60 gallons of
Ooh.
water and Gatorade. And like I'm nearing the max of what I can fit into my car
Right,
to
right.
do that. So next year, for the last 10, like I should be able to up it a little bit more. But I'm like, I'm gonna have to enter or rent a U-Haul one of these years.
That's impressive. And I love the fact that you're not just out there serving others, you're using your talent, your skill, your time to serve. And as a result, you're reaping the benefits of donations that can go to serve others as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It's an amazing full circle.
Hmm.
It's an amazing full circle. And I don't think that, and I don't know if people who are donating to you know that what they're doing donation wise goes to an even greater cause. I mean, that right there is beautiful in my mind. And
Yeah.
it asks me now to ask you the question. Chad, a lot of people do a number of things, right? And some do it for selfish reasons, some do it for whatever, Instagram posts and notoriety. Some do it because yeah, they want to maybe get tax write-offs or whatever it's going to be. But some
Yeah.
people actually do things because it's in the kindness of their own hearts.
Yeah.
So, I'm curious. I know you do this, and it seems like you're doing this on your own, right? You don't have a
Yeah.
team with you, right? It's
No.
all just you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what really inspires you to again wake up early in the morning, lug whatever you have now into your car, and as you see this thing grow, I'm sure you're getting this feeling that I can't stop this now because
Right.
everyone's really being a part of it.
Everyone expects it now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. So what's your driving force now to say, you know what? Let me keep this going. Let me expand this more. Let me help more organization. What drives you to keep doing this thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just that, the way in which it took off, and I have like created like so many relationships with runners along the way now, and like being able to like see them, from the beginning of the training cycle to the end of the training cycle to kind of watch their own like journeys
Mm,
that's sort of like a big driving factor for me. And
yeah.
like for me personally, like I'm not, I don't have any ambition to do another marathon anytime soon, so it's like I'm not losing out on like running on a Saturday, running
Gotcha.
a 16-mile run on a Saturday. Like, let me go out there and just like support you,
Mm,
and like support your goals, and like be, like a lot of runners say, and this was how I was when I was training for my marathon, was like I need little goals to work towards. So it's like, okay, I know at mile 12 hydration guy is going to be there, so
mm,
I'm working towards that. So
yeah.
like I like being that for people, because I know that that's important just mentally,
Yeah.
like for everybody.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, and then sure, just coming by, get some water. Like it doesn't it, th- th- it this is it th- this doesn't like cost me really much anything to do this.
Hmm.
It's other than time. And like, every week, I'm usually out there for 3 hours a week, and then throughout the week, maybe it's like 2 hours of prep, and
Yeah.
that's like refilling all the water jugs, cleaning the water jugs, making the Gatorade, preparing my post, that kind of stuff. So it's like it's a hobby.
Yeah.
Like I really view it as a hobby. I have a desk job.
Yeah.
That's my nine to five is a desk job. So this is a way for me to like get out and
Mm,
do something
yeah.
else, and frankly just to do something for the community. I mean, and like we were talking about things being free, you know how rare is that, right? And I think it's just important for us as a collective community to find ways to support each other.
Yeah.
And that's what drives me, and keeps me going and doing this.
Chad, I love that about you. I love the community aspect that you're implementing and you have created, right? Because I mean, there are water stations on and various things, but thing like the last 10, which is a community
Yeah,
organized event,
yeah,
people come together to make that thing happen.
yeah,
And now you're a part of the fabric of that, making that happen for
yeah,
so many different runners.
yeah.
And I love the selflessness. I like you just said just now, you can run whenever, right? So
Yeah.
you taking the time to not do your own thing, but to go out there and cheer slash provide,
Hmm.
like you said, not just water and
Yeah,
hydration, but other things to runners as well. That's really an act of service, an act of kindness, right?
yeah.
That many people might not always have the ambition to do, or even the time to do. But like
The
you said, it
time,
is just
right?
time. But time is a very important thing. I mean, I
Hmm.
think many of us have seen this year, and this is me speaking. This year flew by.
Hmm.
I don't know how you feel about this year, but I feel like this year flew by so quickly. And the one thing that we all try to hold on to is time. So
Hmm.
when you take that time and you put it towards others, um, I think it really is priceless. It really is priceless. And just want to commend you and really say salute you, publicly that you're doing a great job. And I think all the listeners want to kind of know, yes, I know about Chad the hydration guy.
Yeah.
Um, but Chad the hydration guy, when he's not hydrating others, what is he doing behind the scenes? So, I know this is not your full-time job, right? Although
No,
it
no, no.
seems like
It's not.
it could be the way you're growing it. But when you're not providing hydration to others, what are you
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
on a regular day basis?
Oh, it's nothing too exciting. So I work for a digital agency. So I'm originally from Wisconsin. So
Uh,
the digital agency that I work for is based in Milwaukee, which is where I was living and grew up when I first got the job 18 years ago. So
wow.
I've been in my job for 18 years. I moved to My wife and I moved to Brooklyn for life's next great adventure in
Mm-hmm.
2010. So we've
Mm-hmm.
been out here for 14 years. Um, and through it all, I've just been I work remote for this digital agency. My fancy title is director of technology, but basically like back end web development and then like high level technical strategy on projects is essentially what I do. So, you know, lots of emailing, lots of RFPs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why I love like the opportunity to like be moving around and doing what I'm doing with Hydration Guy. And then I also last year I also picked up a part-time um, and this is relevant to sort of giving back to runners too. I have a part-time position with the local running organization, NYC Runs. Not NYR, but NYC runs. We put on about, I don't know, something like 18 or so races a year.
Beautiful.
Um, yeah, I have various roles with that within that organization, just helping with setup of the different areas, helping with some behind the scenes stuff. I actually, I'm actually a race director now for them for
Ah,
certain races. So that's kind of fun. And this weekend, I'll be the race director for the our Coco Classic 5K and 10 miler in Prospect Park on Saturday. So that's been fun too, because again, it's another like getting out of the house and
yeah,
then like seeing a lot of runners out there who I see when I'm out with Hydration Guy.
yeah.
Um, so those are kind of the big things, and aside from the work stuff, my wife and I like to travel. Who doesn't? So we're going to Mexico in January. We're going to Norway in May. So
Mhm.
travel is a big part of my life as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great, Chad. I love the duality of your life right now. I feel like it's like Clark Kent, Superman. You're on both sides of the spectrum. You're helping people on both ends. Um, and I feel a lot of people who don't have individual contact with people every single day, right? Love that ability to say, let me go up there and and meet all the masses one time, and that's basically what you're doing.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I've been asking everyone on the show this year, as you are the official last guest. We have one more show for next week, which is going to be me, my book, but you're the official last guest on the show. I've asked every guest
I'm
on the show
honored.
here. Um, how they've been more in 2024. It was a great year for many, a challenging year for many as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everyone was just trying to figure out how to be more, how to make the
Mm-hmm.
most of whatever they have, how to be successful in this year with all the ups and downs that happened this year for everyone. So, as the
Yeah.
last official guest for 2024, Chad, how have you been, or even want to be more in the last couple of days, weeks we have left in 2024? What are you either doing running wise or hydration guy wise, or even
Yep.
like tech wise to be more
Yeah.
in 2024?
Well, I mean, I feel like everything I do with Hydration Guy is part of me being more. Um, and I and also just like I try to be like more in my hyper local community as well. Like
Mm,
I'm a New York City Parks Department tree steward. So I have some trees, some like relatively newly planted trees that I take care of in my community, just right on my block.
mm,
I water them throughout the summer. I mulch them and just take care of them and like, do what I can to help make sure they grow. So 15, 20 years from now,
yeah.
we have some nice shaded trees on our block. So, that type of community work, nature work is a way that I try to be more. And for Hydration Guy, I am actually not done yet this year. I have one more thing I'm doing to be more. On Sunday, December 15th, I am having it's my going to be my second annual holiday tree run and toy drive. So it's we're going to run about 4 miles or so. We're going to tour 3 or 4 different trees, Christmas trees around Brooklyn, and we're going to start and end at the Brooklyn Running Company in Park Slope, and we are making it a toy drive as well. So all the toys are going to be donated to Canva, which is a Brooklyn local organization, and they are collecting these to distribute to family homeless shelters
Yeah.
across the boroughs.
Yeah.
So last year collected, I think, about 25 toys. This year I'm going to say I want like a 20% increase on that. So that's the goal
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
And we'll have some hot chocolate when we get back to the store after the run. It'll be great. So again, that's on Sunday, December 15th, 8:30 a.m. Um, Brooklyn Running Company, Park Slope. So looking forward to that.
Chad, I may join you on that run.
Please do. Yeah, bring the
This
Spartans out.
Listen, we were talking about it. We saw the flyer out there on the socials,
Yeah,
and we were talking about possibly joining. So I think we will make our biggest effort as a group, if not
right
just
on.
individually, me and Ish, to come out there and support you because that's
Cool.
that's an amazing concept and a very, very holiday friendly event.
Yeah,
And
yeah. And
yeah, that's
it's an
awesome.
all paces thing. Nobody will be left behind. So just come on out. We're just gonna have a chill little jog in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. Chad, you've done so many things, man. I'm really impressed by you. And this is my first time meeting you officially, but your heart is huge. And I and
Thanks,
I
Sean.
really wish others were as giving as you are with your time to the community. I feel like it's really a gem to have people like you out there selflessly going out there and helping others, not just on your regular 9 to 5, but really, on your weekends and even doing other things for the community, from organizations to the other doors that are opening now. As your heart opens, more things are opening up to you. That's how it works.
Yeah,
And yeah, I just want to say I salute you, and I'm very,
thank you,
very
Sean.
impressed with what you're doing. And I think we as a community all salute you, from the runners all around the NYC area. Thank you for doing all you do for the runners to stay hydrated on their runs. So we really
Oh
appreciate
yeah, yeah. Thanks. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I enjoy doing it, enjoy helping everybody out. So yeah, onward we go.
it. Awesome. Listen, where can people follow you on social media or
Sure.
otherwise?
Sure. I'm a one trick pony when it comes to social media, so it's all Instagram. I am at the Hydration Guy on Instagram, and you can see everything you need to see on there, all my history going back to June or so of 2023.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, listen, we really appreciate it. We're gonna follow you for sure on all the socials,
Cool.
and I'll probably repost your flyer also
Cool.
for
Thank you.
that toy run on our Be More Today page, so people can go out there and be a part. We really appreciate it.
Love it. Thank you so much, Sean. Appreciate the opportunity to chat with you about this today.
No problem, Chad, and happy holidays to you and your wife, and hope I will see you uh next week.
Yeah, next
Yeah.
week Sunday.
Awesome.
All right,
Awesome.
15th. Here we go.
Yeah. Folks, Chad the hydration guy is the man. I mean, what kind of a heart is that? His heart is so big, right? Giving to runners every single weekend. Also using the time and effort he does with that to give to others in organizations as a result. And as you've seen, the more that he gives, the more has been given to him in terms of opportunities, in terms of community efforts, and other doors opening up for him to help others in various ways. That's what the holidays are about, but that's also what life is supposed to be about. And he's a prime example of what we can really do together as a community. And I just want to re-emphasize or reiterate the quote from today again by Letitia Ray. Love is like water. You can fall in it, you can drown in it, and you can't live without it. Chad is doing so many things, hydrating the communities. And as you know, water feeds us in various ways. But the same way water can kind of come together and be stronger as it gets together. Chad is doing that with the community, bringing so many people together to do more in various places, not just in Brooklyn, but all around NYC. So if you're in the NYC area, join him for his run next Saturday. We will try to be there
Sunday.
as well. Next Sunday,
Sunday the
sorry.
15th.
Oh, even better. Yep. As we join together, we'll put that again in the show notes so people can be a part of that thing. And continue, folks, just to go out there and be more in 24. The weeks are coming down to an end now as we end out 2024. But looking forward to end out strong. And next week I'll talk more about my new book, Project More, as we try to be more alive in 25, talking about our health and fitness. But until then, folks, continue to be more in 24, and we'll see you next time.